Well, you're all welcome to share in the chat or, later on. But let's just get things rolling with class today. Um, sorry, I'm getting over a cold. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen and show you okay, I'm just setting up my two screens here. I'm looking over at my other screen. All right, so I'm gonna go over the requirements for your final project and then show you the proposal that the assignment sheet for the proposal that you're going to be working on today in class. Once we go over this, I'm going to kind of set you loose to work on it on your own. For all the time we have until like the end of dinner break. So definitely, go take dinner anytime in that time. And then we have individual meetings. You will each need to take an individual meeting with me. Those will start at 7 p.m. So I put it under announcements already. A link to individual meeting sign up. So go ahead and sign up for that. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in class tonight. So I'm actually going to take away some of these slots. So everybody will be done by 8:20 p.m., which is great. Okay. Now. All right. So let's go into assignments. And I'm going to read the instructions for your final project. I'm really excited for the final project because it's like in all of this time in the semester, you've been able to bring your own like original voice and content to every project. But this final project is like the ultimate free reign. It still has certain requirements that we will go over, but it's like completely determined by you. So I'm like super jazzed to see what you all come up with, and like once you have a lot of like those restrictions taken away. Okay, so I'll read the instructions for the final project. For your final project, I'd like you to choose an illustration format that we've used in the course of the semester and create a piece completely determined by you. Remember, the possible illustration formats that we've used are comic, children's book, animation, visual development, characters, environments, or both, and editorial illustration. If you want to propose another type of illustration format that we didn't use, ask me about it. So other illustration formats could include packaging, design, and illustration, band merch, posters, or cover art, including the title and typography, posters, advertising, animation, visual development other than characters and environment. Whatever format you choose, I'd like you to bring a personal point of view just as you bring it to your personal pieces. It should be full of content and narratives original and authentic to you, whether they are true memories and experiences or fictional. It should be ambitious, original, emotionally engaging, and the best and most personal reflection of you as an artist. All right, there are a few creative instructions and limitations here. It must be created traditionally on paper, using only the drawing materials we've used throughout the semester. You can use any or all of them: pencil, pen, colored pencil, marker, etc. If you want to use another dry media / drawing implement, colorful or not, run it by me and most of them will be okay. So if you want to use pastels, oil pastels, I don't know, Posca, paint markers, anything like that. You cannot use paint or painting medium. So like anything that you would apply with a brush is a no. Okay. You can use any size or variety of paper you want. You're not limited to the Bristol pad. I request that you use like good quality paper, like not like copy paper or sketchbook paper, just something that has like a nice weight to it. There's no minimum or maximum number of pieces. Be ambitious but realistic for the amount of time we have. This needs to be as original to you and to this project as possible. It should not be characters or ideas you're working on in a different class from the semester. No fan art of other creators' existing media, must use only original characters, and no recreating or heavily visually referencing existing media. if you want to work in the world of like commenting on existing media for a very particular artistic like reason that you care about, like let me know, we can talk about it, but I prefer you kind of stay away from that. And you can continue or expand on a piece you created in this class. So let's talk about the timeline. The final piece will be due December 12th, which is kind of, around the corner. So today's the 21st, next week, 28th, and then the 5th and the 12th. So that's like basically 3 weeks away. Well, almost 4. Okay. So today, editorial illustration was due, and we'll work on the proposal in class. I need to approve all of your ideas in class today. Next week, nothing is due. November 28th, we'll have work time in individual meetings. December 5th, you'll have work time in individual meetings. And December 12th will be when it's due. So basically 1 to 3 weeks worth of class, like of work time. So when you're thinking of like your ambition for the project, I want you to use up all of that time for the project. Like it shouldn't be something so simple and minimal that you finish it in a week. It needs to be like really ambitious. You're pushing yourself to the next level with this work. You're challenging your like creative boundaries, but at the same time, it is doable and attainable in this time. Okay, does anybody have any questions about that, about the project goals or limitations or anything about it, the format? Let me just make sure I'm watching the chat. You can put questions in the chat too, I'm watching it. Okay. So, all right, so, also these things that I talked about, like run it by me or like propose it to me, you can email me at any time during class, like during the work session of class today. I'm gonna have my eye on my email and I'll just respond to you really quickly. So you can just always like let me know during the work time if you have any of those questions. Okay, so that's what to do December 12th. So let me now show you, so that's under assignments, its own little section final project. But today we're working on the proposal, which has its own like guidelines. So let me read you the assignment for the proposal. Okay, tonight. First, fill out this questionnaire to reflect on the semester and think about a direction you may want to go for your project. All right, so click the link to fill out the questionnaire first. Then spend some time ideating and sketching to decide on your final project. You must meet with me in class tonight to have your idea approved. You can, let me just check the sign-up sheet. Okay, still a couple slots open. You can also just bounce ideas off of me if you have a few options and you're not sure what to settle on. So that's fine too. If you like are indecisive or you're like one idea is more formed than the other, but you're not sure, whatever you have, just show it to me then. When you have your idea approved, you're done with work for the day at the end of class today. You'll need to come to class November 28th, ready to work on finalizing proposal and working on the project itself. You'll have to submit this final proposal is not due tonight. It's due next, like during class next week at 5:30. So don't worry about turning anything in here. It's all going to be just like us talking informally over Zoom tonight. All right. So it's an approximate plan. It's okay if your plans change and evolve after you finish this proposal. So for the proposal, you will need to submit the following info: your chosen illustration format, the subject and content. So the broad subject or theme you want to focus on for your piece, generally what is it about, and the content you want to bring to the piece. What are your observations, ideas, feelings, or narratives about the subject? So just like all the other projects, I want you to think about your content, like really think about like the emotions, the feelings, the insights, the narratives you want to bring to this, and it should have some like depth and nuance to it. Okay, and then think about your choice of technical execution, the number of pieces or pages you'd like to generate, the approximate size of each piece or page, the drawing tools or implements you'd plan to use, the type or variety of paper you'd like to use, is it black and white or color, and then you'll have to think about the workflow and production schedule. I think like this it's something you can really think about in class next week. Maybe you can have it in the back of your mind now, but next week I'd like you to have more of like a formalized plan of like what you want to do each week. And then sketches. Draw at least 3 to 5 images that represent to me visual aspects of your project as you envision it. That could include a diagram of the final product, rough beginnings of character designs, content development, or memory sketches, or something else. So for tonight, as you have your work time, I really want to see sketches of your different ideas. That like, and also maybe just write down some notes of like a description of it that you can share with me. But like sketches are really going to be the way that you can communicate what you're thinking. So just sketch as much as possible, really like explore, like just go crazy, like just try to think of ideas that are like off the wall, like experimental, interesting to you. As long as you make it ambitious and like put your best effort into it, you're gonna earn a good grade on this. So don't be afraid to take risks. This is your time to just like explore. Yeah, okay. Does anybody be a new take of existing media? Nehemiah, what do you mean by that? Like an album that already has art. Like making a new version of the art for an album that already exists. I think as long as you challenge if you challenge yourself to make very different art for it than what exists, I think that's all right. If it's going to be art that's sort of in the same vein, then I think it's too close, if that makes sense. So maybe something that takes it in a really different direction. Yeah. Okay, good question. Anybody else have questions or like things they want clarification on already? Okay, so please remember to do the questionnaire first. I want all of you to do the questionnaire. It should just take like 5 minutes. It's nothing crazy. It's just to hopefully spark some ideas for yourself. And then go ahead and work. And then everybody needs to sign up for these meetings. And please remember your meeting. I don't want you to miss your meeting and then have to do it later and stay late in class. Like, I want us all to be out the door by 8:20. Let me see. Let me just make sure I have the right number of slots for how many kids there are in class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 people here. Okay, I'm just gonna open like 10 slots. I think that's about how many people we might have. Okay, oops. All right. Any other final questions?
How do we sign up for the slots?
Oh yeah, it's under announcements on our Canvas. There's
Okay, thank you.
a link to individual meeting sign up. It's this second one. Good question. Okay. So yeah, if you again email me anytime tonight. I have my eye on my email. You can let me know. Okay, well, I'll see you later.